Tech went into Houston, and Kingston Fleming scored 9 points in the final 2 minutes as they knocked off the Red Raiders in Houston. Tonight was the rematch. It was revenge, and Texas Tech was ready. JT Toppin, 31 and 12. Jalen Petty and Donovan Atwell combined to hit 9 threes, and they were able to survive, McCall, 42 points and 6 assists from Kingston Flemings, another stud freshman, and a guy that I'm sitting here watching, and I have a very hard time thinking that there are 3 better, if any better, point guards in America than this dude every single time I watch him play. I absolutely adore watching him play. But what does this say for Texas Tech about their ability to get this win? They put up 55 points in the first half against Houston. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, and take nothing away from Fleming, because he was absolutely outstanding. Like, take nothing away from him. But let's go on the other side of the ball in terms of the point guard and the other team in Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Like Christian Anderson, man, like what he's doing every single night. He had 9 assists today. Like, there was a game last week where him and JT Topping combined, I think, for 57 points and 17 assists. Like, I called it. Is there a better duo in college basketball than those two? And here's what happened tonight, and it was a buzzsaw for Houston. Everybody else stepped up, because those two guys have been absolutely outstanding throughout the course of the season, and then you have other guys that step up. We just talked about it in terms of Brad Underwood and evolving as a coach. Grant McCasland. I mean, I coached against him.
Mm-hmm.
I coached against him when he was at Arkansas State. I coached against him when he was at North Texas, and it was like going to the dental office. It was like the pace of play, the game's going to be in the 40s. It was awful. Like, it was terrible. And he got the best of me twice, when I was at Chattanooga and at UMass. Now this guy is like, hey, man, let's spread it out. Let's play faster, and let's shoot a ton of threes. And they have a duo that, I'll say it again, is one of, if not the best duo in college basketball, with JT Toppin and Christian Anderson. What those two guys are doing is unbelievable to me. And to do it against a Houston team that I think both of you guys would agree with this, could win a national championship this year, and scored 55 points. And like, come on, man. Graham McCasland, Big 12 Coach of the Year.
21, Rob. 21 offensive rebounds for Texas Tech today. Houston allowed 90 points. Like, did you ever think you would say that with a Kelvin Sampson coached Houston team? Yeah, to me, that was the difference today. That was the difference. Mm-hmm. JT Toppin does it every single night. Every night. Top in, not top in. Top in. McCall's got it as a topping on a Sunday or something like that. But I think the other thing is Toppin creates so much attention and the doubles that the others are starting to step up now. Like Atwell and Petty have been really good, and they need to be. Right, Matt?
Yes. And that's the difference maker, Jeff. Like that from a team that is a possession away last year from beating the Florida Gators and advancing the NCAA tournament, to a team that's going to get to the Final Four. Like, if these guys step up just like they did tonight in a big moment, like, that's – could they win it all?
And they hit 9 threes. They were 9 of 14 from 3, Atwell and Petty. Now, again, they're going to get open looks. That's the beauty of playing with Toppin. When you throw the ball in 2, it's like, what do you do? If you don't double him, he's going to score in just about anybody in the country, one-on-one. You double him, he's a pretty good passer out of the post. So he'll find those guys for a lot of uncontested looks. And, you know, again, they're not deep.
But Jeff, what about Christian Anderson? 9 assists. Like, what? Like, are we? I don't think we're talking about him enough.
The problem is they reside in Lubbock. We're not going to talk about Texas Tech enough until they get to a certain point. Unfortunately, they're not Kansas. They don't have that brand. Unfortunately, they don't demand that attention until they overdo it. They have to overdo it for us to really pay attention to them, which is sad.
I don't know if it's I don't think it's they have to overdo it. I think what they have to do is get something like this, right? We talked about him a lot after the win over Duke in the Garden. But that win over Duke also, like this is the first time that they've really gotten a statement. I guess we talked about him against BYU, but that's the thing is like you're in a league where you have Houston, who is always going to be a national championship contender. You have Arizona, who is the number one team in the country. You have BYU, who's got AJ DeBonsa. You got Kansas, who's got Darren Peterson. And you got Iowa State, who is consistently one of the best and most consistent teams in America. And you got Baylor, who's got a pro on their roster. So there is so much to talk about in this league that they just kind of slide under the radar. And I know that Grant McCasland, I think if you got him in a moment of honesty, right, probably he's going to be, people need to be like, we need the attention. Like we're doing these things, we're winning these games. I think he kind of likes that people are sleeping on him. Right. Because that gives him a level of motivation that he could talk to these guys where he can say, look, they're talking about Arizona. That show's talking about Houston. That show's talking about AJ DeBonsa. That show's talking about Darren Peterson. They don't respect you. They don't think you're good enough. Well, you know what, guys? They beat BYU last Saturday in by 13 points. They beat a Houston team. They got 42-6 from Kingston Fleming tonight. It's on now. I thought also, and just when it comes to Houston itself, I thought that there were two things that impacted this game. One, both Chris Senack and JoJo Tugler got in foul trouble in the first half, and that allowed Texas Tech to be able to get to the offensive glass in the first half. The other part of it is with the way, McCall, that Houston wants to trap ball screens and the way that they double the post. If you have guys that can pass out of those ball screens or know how to pass out of the post and can dribble into the post, then I think those are the ways that you can beat this Houston team. Because what happens with Lawan Watson, JT Toppin specifically, as soon as they send two, those guys are able to be strong with it, see over the top of the defense, and get the ball to the other side of the floor, which was a swing. You got Houston in scramble, and you were able to get open threes. I think that Texas Tech has a team that is built to be able to deal with some of the stuff that Houston does defensively. And when you combine that with the fact that their starting front court, I think, played a combined 13 minutes in the first half, that's what you got to do to be able to beat this Houston team. So all credit to them. This was a good matchup for them, and they proved it, and they took advantage of it. And we got to start talking about it in that conversation.
What a week. Like, think about the environment. And I said this on the Goodman Hummel McCall podcast. I don't know why my name's last on that. Can you please update the advertisement too? Like,
we'll put you ahead of Hummel.
Yeah.
I mean,
no. First of all,
it should be. Facebook had him dead yesterday, so you know that.
Okay. All right.
Facebook.
Yeah, honestly, Facebook. That pod should be the Hummel McCall podcast that Goodman is lucky to be a part of.
But I said it on that podcast, whatever the name is. I said it the other day, to win a game against BYU in that environment last weekend, then go on the road and beat Baylor the way that they did midweek, and then follow it up again today. Like, is there a team that's had a better week in college basketball than Texas Tech? Like, please tell me one. Like, there's no way. And the attention
they've had a hell of a week.
They have had an unbelievable week to be able to move on to the next game, because you could have celebrated that BYU win and walked into Baylor and not played well and easily lost that game. Wasn't the case. Scored 55 points in the first half. Then follow that up today against Houston at home. I mean, that's coaching. That's culture. Like, everyone wants to talk about culture. Like, that is coaching and that is culture. And that's why Grant McCasland, in my opinion, is Big 12 Coach of the Year. That's no knock on Tommy Lloyd, because they haven't lost yet. Probably it'll be a 1A, 1B in terms of that, which that's another game I'm sure we're going to get into. The fact that I don't know that we're talking about Arizona enough. I don't.
Well, they haven't played anybody good in a while. That's the problem. That is, it's going to get tough for them starting.
They're still winning.
BYU. They go to BYU. I get it, but we're not going to talk about them when they beat West Virginia. Like, we're just not. It doesn't rank. What would you rather talk about? Texas Tech, Houston, or West Virginia, Arizona? Which would you rather?
Yeah, or the week that Texas Tech has had. Yeah, I mean that's a better
That's what I'm
story in the
saying,
Big 12.
Like
Yeah,
if Arizona starts playing some good ones, and they did early, they did in the non-conference. Remember,
Hey, Jeff,
like it was one after
Jeff,
the other.
Listen to this stretch. We're going to talk about Arizona. February is going to be Arizona month. They are at Kansas, Texas Tech home, BYU home, at Houston, at Baylor, Kansas home, Iowa State home. In this that's their 7 consecutive games. February is going to be Arizona month. Can we just call it that? Arizona month.
It's going to be BYU is going to have a hell of a month then too.